Alrighty, so a little while back I made a video where I showed off the new Pirate Lord and Brickwell synergy. In that video that was on High Finance Chimps, I managed to save up 83k by around 100, and in this video I want to see if I can push that to the limit and go even further. How far am I talking? I'm talking at minimum, I'm trying to save $100,000 by around 100. Is it possible? Believe it or not, it sure is. Many people have done this before. So strategy I want to try for that is Admiral Brickwell, as you can see here, in Ground Zero. We aren't going to be using any of her kind of main synergies, kind of like a secondary synergy that just somehow works. Basically how that works is you use Brickwell's level 10 Moab Mine to do massive damage to Moab class Bloons, and then Ground Zero cleans up the insides. Let me see if I can just save for Brickwell here, which I think we should be able to get pretty soon now, as we do have twin guns and that's pretty OP. And so basically my defense is going to be quite barren. Really I'm just thinking maybe getting this guy to reactor and having, like, I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4 towers on the field. I think that would be ideal if I can do that. So I'm thinking the only towers I'd have would be Brickwell, reactor, Ground Zero, and then maybe like a downdraft and an 012 ice in the back, just for stalling purposes, and hopefully that combined will be enough to be able to beat all 100 rounds. Early game is going to be pretty trivial, as again, since we do have access to sub early game, again, airburst is pretty broken. Anyways, saving up for the ace tower, and man, a fast forward mod really does make this quite simple. I'm going to put the ace here. I'm not really sure where the best spot would even be. I would put it maybe up here, but I mean, I kind of do want the bombs to do general damage anyways. Alright, need ace to get the camo, thank you. I do want the Ground Zero bombs to do damage, as they do quite a bit of damage when you do level them up. And so I do want to take advantage of that. Hopefully I can afford bomb race by 828, there we go. And so yeah, early game, it's going to be pretty simple. The only difficult part is really just going to become, like, you know, kind of mid game as well as late game as well. I think mid game, I think the most difficult rounds are going to be rounds that have a lot of regros, like, you know, something like 79 I think is going to be pretty difficult. 61 I think also has a lot of regros, so that also might be a difficult round, but hopefully it's not. We're able to get reactor by 37, which is nice, and we do have money left over. I'm wondering if we can actually afford a downdraft by the time the Moab comes in, because that would be pretty nice to have general Moab damage. Not really sure if we have enough right now, but we do have Brickwell's abilities to kind of save up for it, if that is enough. Seems like we can actually afford downdraft, but we do have quad darts and Brickwell's abilities, so the Moab should be fine here, hopefully. We just need to pop it, and then reactor can clean up the inside. So after I get downdraft and my ice tower, this is going to be the defense I use to save up $100,000 by around 100. Pretty tall task. Even though this is an easier map, I've never actually done anything like this before, so it'd be pretty fun to kind of check out. And I think I'm going to put ice here. I think that's far away from Ground Zero's explosions, as well as kind of everything in general. So you need to make sure that we're kind of stalling every round as long as possible, just so we can get the Ground Zero cooldown back up, as well as if we need to kind of place down multiple mines for like maybe like 98 or something, or 97. We are able to do that. I'm just gonna breeze through the mid game here with 25 times speed until we end up dying to something, and surprisingly his defense does a lot better than I thought it would. Even for Moabs, it seems I don't even need to micro. Hopefully we can save up straight for Ground Zero, and we can, just in time for rounds like 55. I don't think 55 is going to be difficult, although I guess I can go and see. As you can see, ice was already stalling there. Alrighty, I think I'll turn it down just a little bit. Round 60. Do I need to use Ground Zero here? Hopefully not, because I think 61 has a lot of regos. I'll use Brickwell's abilities. Seems like I didn't even need to be at a lot of regos this round. And hopefully reactor doesn't actually end up getting pierce camp, but the thing is, Moabs this round might be a bit of an issue. I don't think I need to stall for 62, so I mean, if I do use Ground Zero and I don't have it up immediately for 62, I think I'm kind of fine there. Frozen Over is a bit of a long map anyways, and I think I'll let one ceramic leak if I can, so that way, never mind. Although we had abilities up anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. I think there's fortified Moabs this round, which could be a bit annoying to deal with. I think for rounds like 63, I think I kind of do need Ground Zero up to hopefully stall out, hopefully be able to kind of stall out the waves. The only issue is I'm not going to be able to achieve that too well just because ice is far in the back, and so I can't use like one ice in the beginning to try and slow down like part of the wave. It would have to be at the very back of the track, which I'm not really sure if I trust ice for that. Now for these ceramic, or not ceramics, these fortified mobs, I will use Brickwell's abilities. Thankfully there's only 2, which I think we should be able to take down naturally. Well, that one took a bit of a while, and Brickwell's ability is going to run out pretty soon. I just need to pop it and then I'm golden. If I can try to stall with the F-Cerams, that would be ideal. So if you could just pop, please. Are you even close? Thank you. That's beautiful. It's exactly what we want. And so I'll just stall for until the Brickwell's abilities come back up. Perfect. And then 63. Let's see what I want to do for this round. I'm hoping that maybe I can use just Brickwell's ability and good downdraft micro for kind of waves 1. And it seems like we can. That was actually pretty easy. But can we do the same for wave 2? Because Brickwell's ability is going to be off cooldown. Or on cooldown, I should say. So you want to actually have it. I think we're fine here. And then I might want to use ground 0 for next wave. Well, let's see. 64 could also be another difficult round. I think there's a lot of Moabs followed up by Fortifieds next round. Yeah, 63 was actually pretty easy, surprisingly. We do unlock level 10, so it's pretty nice. We can start placing down mines. And I think I will just use ground 0 this round, just because a lot of Moabs. Was it a good idea? Who knows? 65 I don't think should be difficult, but who knows? A couple BFBs this round, which, again, I don't think should be too worrying. I think I will need to use ground 0. Hopefully 66 won't be a challenge, but I don't think it really should. So I'm going to do some damage to the BFBs, because there's no way I'm actually going to be able to pop all the insides. And so I'll use ground 0 now. Perfect. There's spaced mobs, which is actually good for me because I can actually kind of stagger the damage I do. Although there's fortifieds this round, which could be a challenge. I can use Brickwell's abilities, which I will do now. And then if we can just pop down the fortified mobs, we should be fine. Although ground 0 is coming up pretty soon. And do I need to use it? Ideally, no. But again, who knows? Can you pop in range of ice so I can stall? Alright, that is exactly what we wanted. Perfectly planned. Let's make sure we blow the stuff back just in case. Let's see, 4 mobs this round are no issue, thankfully. And I think we're doing pretty good so far. We only spent like a little under 40k. We already have 26k in the bank saved up on around 67. And I think we are well on pace to be able to get 100k by around 100, which would be pretty nice. BFBs are coming in this round. So I think I need to use ground 0 here. Round 69, I don't really remember, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Actually, it's only one BFB, which I can take down naturally, but I think for multiple BFBs, I'd get overrun by Cerams. So I can take down one, but I think multiple is where I kind of struggle. That's a lot of mobs this round. I think I have to use ground 0 here. I don't think there's a way I'm going to be able to beat all these mobs naturally, although I can try, but I feel like it might be worse for wear. Yeah, we're already getting overrun. I'm just going to use it. 72, hopefully is not difficult. There's BFBs coming in, although there's only one at a time, so shouldn't be too bad. And frozen over again, pretty long map, so we do have ground 0 back up immediately. I need to do equal damage to these BFBs. We already popped 1, which is not looking too good. If I use it now, what does it pop? Yes. A lot of Moabs here, which I think I'll use Brickwell's ability immediately, just to help out. And then we'll worry about the BFBs later. Haven't had to use mine yet, but mine's really for like late game ZOMGs and fortified BFBs. We'll use ground 0 now. Perfect. And honestly, I think this should probably get a lot easier come round to 81 plus, just because since we're dealing with kind of slow BFBs and ZOMGs, we can use the length to kind of naturally stall for the ability. Although it hasn't really been too difficult now, but hopefully that doesn't change. And let's use Brickwell's abilities here to beat this BFB. If I can stall, nah. Seems like stalling to me pretty hard. I probably should have put the ice kind of in front, because it seems that we're kind of stalling better up here instead of back here. And fortified Moabs this round might be challenging. Do I need to use mine? I think I will. And then ground 0 it. Perfect. 76 shouldn't be too difficult, hopefully. I do have Brickwell's ability. Please don't let this be difficult. Oh, it's difficult, alright. Wait, hold on, this is pretty close. That's actually a lot closer than I thought it would be. Interesting. So I think if I micro downdraft it just a bit better, I think we might be good here. So I'm actually gonna put this in the front, so that way the front ceramic wave is a lot shorter, and we don't have as many cerams to think about, because this guy's not gonna be popping any cerams anyways. All right, use Brickwell's ability, and then just kind of hope and pray that this is gonna be enough. Downdraft is gonna cause a regrowth farm. All right, no ground zero needed for 76, a pretty easy round. 78, I think I do need ground zero for the camo ceramic wave. I think the camo ceramic wave might be a bit more difficult. Thankfully 78's a long round, so I can get 2 ground zeros off, but I mean, I don't know. And I think I need to use mine here for the BFBs, and then I use ground zero, so that way should be good there. Brickwell's only 12, but I guess that's alrighty. Camo cerams, I'll use the, or not camo cerams, regular cerams, I'll use the ability here in micro downdraft. Ice, can you clutch up here? Alrighty, don't think ice was needed, but I guess it was nice to have. BFB, I think I'll just pump down naturally, and then once the camo ceramic wave comes in, I'll just ground zero it. Like that. Perfect. That is round 78 done. 79, there's a lot of regrowths this round, so Brickwell and Reactor kind of has to hold all of them off if it can, which I think it should be able to. And then I think there's fortified BFBs comes this round, so we do need a mine this round. The only issue is kind of when and where do I want to place mine. Let me fast forward a bit for the fortifieds. Yep, there they are. I think if I place mine here and then hope that like the BFBs are still in range of mine's blast radius, I think that'd be ideal. All right, I'll use that, and then ground zero, and perfect. Exactly what we want. And then again, CMG is slow, so 80 is going to be a pretty easy round. Well, I think I need to put mines here just because the cooldown for that is quite long. And hopefully like 1 or 2 mines should be long enough. Yeah. And then I'll use ground zero now. Perfect. And then for this round, we just need to damage the VPs, and then we can ground zero as freely as we want. So let me just do some damage to them, and then we can just ground zero at will. I'll use actually mine actually, and then I'll ground zero. Mine has a pretty large blast radius. How big is that explosion? That's like Supermind levels of range. Might check out the wiki and see. I think the same thing can be done for this round, because I think it's just like fortified, which is not going to be too difficult for mine to handle. Yeah, look at that. It's like map wide almost. But yeah, you can see the synergy going pretty well. Brickwell's mine does massive mob damage, and then ground zero can easily clean up the insides. It only gets more insane once you unlock the SAR Bomba, but we're not going to get that just because SAR is a bit expensive. They're like, was it 32,000? Yeah, 32,000. I need to use ground zero this round, which thankfully shouldn't be too much of an issue. So ground zero now. Perfect. And then we can sort of stall with downdraft in the front. So I will put downdraft like here to see if we can stall a bit. So we can have ground zero up for 84 if we need it. And I'll just put a mine up front because why not? A mine can't hurt, especially if you have ground zero up. Also, could you hurry up, please? And this isn't getting stalled as much as I thought it would, which is a bit concerning, maybe. And then 85, I think, has multiple ZMGs. I think there's like 2. I need to use ground zero a bit early here if I am going to do that. So I'll use the ground zero now, which does damage BFBs, which I think is fine, maybe? Question mark? I don't know if I can save a mine for 85 now that I think about it, because this mine's going to go off, which is going to kill me, because there's going to be way too many cerams to take care of. Or though maybe not. Never mind then. But yeah, I tried to save a mine for 85. I could put a mine down here, but I don't really know if that would have activated. I need to use the ability for the Moabs here, so we don't die to them. But it seems that we're not going to be able to kind of save a mine for 85, which is a wee bit disappointing. Can you handle this? Thank you. Alrighty. I think all these have downdraft back, so what do I want to do here? All these are pretty much damaged, so I'm actually going to put a mine here, and then I'm going to use ground zero. And then we'll have 2 mines up for 85. Perfect. They don't perfectly one-shot, but I mean, the good thing about this is that, kind of lost my words there for a second. But the good thing about this is they do take 2 shots to kind of break down fully. So I'll use ground 0 now. We did perfectly 1 shot, but I mean that does mean we stall the ability out for a little bit. Can you? Nah, never mind then. Yeah, I think I kind of need an ice in the front. I don't really want to place one down just because I feel like that might be a bit of a waste. I need to place a mine kind of right here, so that way we have ground 0 up. I'll put it like right down here, and then ground 0 yet again. $84,000 and counting. 87 might be a bit difficult because mine's kind of far off cooldown, and I don't think the damage of mine is increased at all. I guess we'll see how to play this round out. I'll place a mine here. Alright, doesn't activate yet, which I guess is fine. And once the OMGs kind of get in range, I think I'll use Brickwell's ability. Wait, that's perfect. We only need 1 mine this round. And then I'll use Brickwell's ability now, just so we damage BFBs. I need to do equal damage to all of them, so we 1-shot. Or I could use it now to stall. Yeah, I think that's fine. And then I'll micro downdraft over here, just so that way Ice can maybe catch some cerams to stall, and hope that we don't actually get overrun. Actually, wait, that's too many cerams. Alrighty, this is easily doable, but again, I kind of want to stall. So we'll see how I want to go about stalling the round. Alright, so mine here, that damages that pops it all. I'll use it now. I think that's fine, question mark. I'll use the ability. Ice, can you just get 1 ceramic? Just 1? Alright, good. Please don't die here, come on. Blow back. That's looking very sketch. I just need you to blow back in range of Ice, please, thank you. Then perfect. I'm not really sure if I want to place down a mine for 88, although I think I just might do it, because I think we can get like 2 mines off an 88. And then I don't think I'll use another mine if it comes back up. Actually, I lied. I will. I'll place 1 here. Hopefully I don't end up regretting that. Oh boy. Is that all that comes this round? No, there's ZMGs, which should be fine actually, because ZMGs are pretty slow. We already have a mine here. And so I think, yeah, it should be a pretty easy round, because then the mine will go off. And then by the time the mine goes off, we'll have ground 0 up. Yeah. Although this round, to 89, I forgot, there's fortified Moabs, and we don't have ground 0 up immediately. What do we want to do about this? I think I have to use mine, even though there's going to be a lot of cerams to hold off. Hopefully, this won't be too bad. Yeah, our ceramic defense is a lot better than I imagine. I think it's because Brickwell is pretty good. Then maybe I can catch a fortified ceram to stall. If we can even pop these Moabs here. Come on. That's not popping. Alrighty. If we could just pop these, we're golden. But that back Moab has like no damage on it. This might be doable. I don't know. I don't really want to spend money if I have to, but if I do have to spend money, it'll be on like a glue, a Moab glue. Because I mean, we have 11 rounds left. And yeah, I think I'll just buy a glue. Yeah, I think I'll just leave it at splatter just because. And so I think with glue, I think we should be able to not use mine, to not use a mine, which I think would be better. Or maybe I can get all the Moabs at once, because our ceramic defense isn't terrible. Brickwell's surprisingly good for that. And then we can just hope and pray that we don't die to ceramics. And we're barely good here. Wow. And then the mine and ground 0 should be up for BFBs. Okay. And so hopefully we can kind of stall with ice. That'd be ideal. So let me use a mine here. Place down mine. Boom and boom. Oh, 90. Crap. 90. Oh, forgot about that round. We don't have either mine or ground 0, which is not good. Brickwell, can you clutch this up, please? I don't think Brickwell has enough damage. Ah, crap. I literally forgot about 90. Although we didn't do too bad at damage, but that's not there. I completely forgot that round 90 is a round that exists. I forgot that DTs were a thing. I think I have to get maimed. I don't think there's any other way I can kind of go about this. Hopefully we're still on pace. We spent like, what, 56k? And I'm kind of hoping that maim is enough, actually. I'm assuming it is, just because that do general more damage. How is this? I'll use naval tactics. I think I used a bit late though. Come on, damage it. I know you want to pop, and then I need to stall the round. The only issue with Maim is that Maim is going to anti-stall because it one-shots Cerams, which might end up hurting me. Although Maim might have ended up hurting me because I spent unnecessary amounts of cash. BFBs here along with Cerams. I think I'll use it now. 92 hopefully shouldn't be an issue, although there's a lot of fortifieds this round, but Maim should help out against that. Now I am hoping that I still am on pace. I think you made like, what, like 170 something chimps? Something like that. Let me use Brickwell's abilities and see if we can stall for ground zero. I might put this guy in like first. Yeah, I'll put him on first. Come on. We're almost at ground zero. Just like a few more seconds. Come on. There we go. Okay. And then I can't use mine yet. I need to wait for ground zero to come back up. Cannot use a mine. Alrighty. I can use it now. Wait a second. And actually, I don't think I can use ground zero here because 93 also has more DTs, and I need a ground zero up for that round. I need a ground zero. So I think I might have to damage this down naturally, which I think I can, if I'm being honest. Especially with Maim, I think I can. So I'll use naval tactics when it pops the MOAB, so I'll use it now. And then this guy needs to glue all the MOABs and whatnot, and I think we should be fine. Hopefully. Although maybe not. Again, I don't really want to use ground zero if I have to. Or I can use ground zero because I'll have a mine up next round. Yeah. Okay, so I can do this because I'll have a mine for DDTs. Yeah. So that's fine, okay. I don't need ground zero, I just need either mine or a ground zero for DDT rounds. 95, I'm not really sure what I want to do for that, but I'll cross that bridge when I get there. Can I stall for mine and ground zero? So I kind of want to use ground zero for everything. Alright, perfect. 94, I have to stall out or I have to save a mine for DTs. But there's ZMGs this round, which are a bit worrying. Let me get you on strong. I'll worry about the VFBs first, and then I'll deal with ZMGs. Although, I feel like we're going to pop them all at once is a thing. Perfect. Let's see here. I'm not going to use another mine because I need to save one for 95. And I'm just kind of hoping and praying that that is actually going to be enough for 95. It's going to be a singular mine. Or like a ground zero. Although if I can have save both, that would be perfect. Alright, let me use that, and I think I need to use ground zero for here. I don't think I can survive this naturally. Come on. Ice, can you catch it? We're pretty close. Perfect. And then I'll put this far back. Hopefully this round is long enough to where I can actually get ground zero up. Please. Before DTs come in. Actually, it's pretty close. I think 95 shouldn't be too bad, all things considered. I'll wait till DDTs get close to the exit before I use ground zero. Now? How many is left? Do I need to mine? Oh, that's a lot left. Okay, I'll mine. I'll mine. Perfect. Actually, is that perfect? I'll use Brickwell's ability. Are we good for this clump of Cerams here? Come on, Ice, clutch up. Oh, that's close. That's close. But I think we beat 95, and we're stalling. Perfect. Stalling to the best of our abilities, because sniper is gonna anti-stall. But even still, that was pretty good. I need to use ground zero here, and then I'll mine, so I get BFBs, and then I'll ground zero. Perfect. Alright, let me get you on strong. I need to stall these UMGs as long as possible. I want to deal with them separate. 97, I'm not really sure if I need to like save a mine, try to stall for a mine for 97. Two fortified UMGs might be a problem. Who knows? Can we clutch this? Ice, come on. Thank you. Come on, shoot again. Thank you. I think it's gonna get pierce cap though. Alright, so you put a mine like here. Yeah, the blast radius on this thing is huge anyways. I'm gonna use a mine now. How many BFBs are left? I think it's only like, what, one? Yeah, it's only one, which is perfect. I can handle one. And then we can deal with the ZMGs as we please. So I think I need to put a mine up here for the fortified TMGs next round. So I'm hoping I can get away with only like one mine and then be able to stack one for 97. And then hopefully you don't hit. Please don't hit. I'll use mine to ground zero, I mean. Perfect. And so beautiful. We'll have 2 mines up for 97. 98. How do I want to handle that one? I think I definitely need to kind of save a mine for that round. So I think I'll only use 2. And then I can, if I can save one for like around here-ish, I think that'd be best. Sniper is going to anti-stall, but then again, nothing I can do about that. I do want you on strong. I want to deal with BFBs before I deal with ZOMGs. And I will have a mine for this round. Perfect. And so hopefully I can save that mine over there for ZOMG. So let me use it now. Ground zero. Perfect. We're at 113,000, which is pretty good, which means I do have money to spend if 98 is going to be annoying, but what do I even spend it on? The only thing I could think of is like Sabo, but I'm not even sure if Sabo would be good. The only problem now is that since there's a mine here, we're not going to have ground zero up for the mine, which means we got to stall. Try to stall as long as possible. So let me get you on first, actually. Let me get you on first. We did pop the ZMGs, which I think is a good thing, but we need to get ground zero up. And I can't use another mine because I need a 1 up for 99. Come on. Beautiful. And then I'll put a 1 back here. Let me get you on strong so you can damage fortified DTs, and hopefully DTs make it before mobs do. DTs are pretty fast. I'll use abilities. There's 3 left, which is not good at all. Crap, I'm not gonna be able to be 99, aren't I? Oh, that mine did not go off when I wanted it to. I should have saved it. So I have to wait, I didn't place it down at the beginning. Okay, so that's perfect. So, I mean, I can deal with this. I just need to be able to get all DTs. And so I'll use it now. Oh, wait, that's... Oh, wait, this is... Huh. I can't afford a snowstorm. Do I want top or bottom cross path? I think I'll go top. So, because I've damaged all the regular mobs, which is not a good thing. And I can't do anything about that. And so when everything pops, I'll use Snowstorm. So I'll use it now. Snowstorm. And hopefully Snowstorm is going to be enough. Although none of my towers can really hit Frozen. So, I mean, hopefully this doesn't end up being a problem. But I mean, Permafrost is pretty good. And I think this should be enough to beat this round. Nice ice is stalling. Now around 100, do I have enough? I don't really know. But I mean, I can buy Assassins if it's not enough. What level is Brickwell? I don't think she's 18. No, she's only 16. And I think the next level that actually gives damage to whatchamacallit is... Yeah, I need Assassins for this round because there's no way I'm actually able to beat this. Which, I mean, getting an Assassin isn't really too bad as I'm still going to be over 100k. How close am I doing this? Isn't that like, what, like 2 damage phases? Yeah, so I need Assassin for this round. Unfortunate. I'm not actually going to use Snowstorm, or not Snowstorm, I'm actually going to use Spike Storm here, just so that way I can stall for ground zero, because I need that up before I do too much damage to the BFBs. And so I think I'll use it now. I'll do that. I'll do a mine just for the fun of it, and then it's done. And ground zero here is star of the show with 1.2 million pops. I only got 95 by around 100, which I still think is pretty good, if I do say so myself. Look forward to another future run where I do optimize this. I would also like to do this on a bit of a more difficult map. Frozen Over is a bit easy, so I do want to do this on a bit more of a challenging map.